How's it going? Welcome back to the Kidzilla Archive channel. I hope everybody is doing well. In today's video, we are going to be doing an unboxing and review of the DC Multiverse Batman Earth -44. So today's figure is from the really cool Dark Knight Metal. This is a offshoot of the DC comics with lots of different types of Batman. We've already unboxed 3 of the other figures from this series. I've got a link to a playlist down below in the description where you can see the other 3 videos where we've unboxed the different types of Batman. I believe we've got the Joker Who Laughs, the Batman Dark Knight Metal, and Earth -1 Batman. But yeah, today's video is going to be on the -44 Batman. So this Batman hails from Earth -44. Take a quick look at the box. So on the side here it says Batman Earth -44, Dark Knight Metal, Dark Knight's Metal I should say. And on the back we've got this really cool illustration of the character. Really nice detailed picture there. And a look at the other figures that come in the set. So we've got Azrael, the Joker with his GPD uniform. We've got the Batman from the Dark Knight Rises animated film, I believe, the big buff Batman. And we've got 2 Gal Gadot figures from the latest Wonder Woman film. A look at the other side of the box, we've got a little window and Batman Earth -44, or I think it might be -44, I'm not too sure. And yeah, that is your look for the box. So very simplistic for the DC Multiverse boxes. I like the simple, sleek design. Got the McFarlane Toys logo on the top. And yeah, that's a look at the box. So let's not waste any more time and crack him out. I've been really impressed with the DC Multiverse figures. It's definitely something I've been wanting to collect for such a long time. These things are definitely a cut above the rest as far as detailed 6-inch action figures go. I can't sing McFarlane's praises enough. I think they're an absolutely incredible toy company. And there we have our Batman freed. But as you can see in the back of the box, there are a couple of things annoyingly glued to the back wall of the box. So just give me a moment while I struggle to take them out. Yeah, this definitely has to be one of the things that I dislike the most about these figures. And there's not many things that I dislike about them at all, really. I think this is probably just the one and only. I just don't like how they glue the accessories to the back and they case it in plastic, and it means you have to rip the back paneling for the figure. You get a trading card. This is his little accessory and the stand for the figure. So yeah, I'm just going to break all of these out off camera quickly because it's really annoying and tedious. So just in like the previous DC Multiverse figures that I've unboxed, I've decided to keep the card in the back to the best of my abilities with it already being peeled off, but the card was actually already falling out of the plastic before I opened it, which kind of defeats the purpose of this really annoying packaging. But yeah, I've decided to keep the card in the back to keep them as mint as possible for these figures, and just until I can find an appropriate way to display them and hopefully get some card protectors, just because these things are obviously really cool and, you know, come with a figure, so they're unique to the figure. But yeah, there's a look at the illustration that is blown up on the back. So we've already seen this picture up close, and yeah, I believe that's all the card is. Let's take a quick look at the things that came in the back of the box. Right, so the first thing that we got in the back of the box is the standard DC Multiverse figure stand. It's this matte black finish. You can see the DC logo there at the bottom. This is standard to all the figures. It's nice, it's simplistic. It's just nice to actually get a figure with a stand. It's always appreciated, thank you McFarlane. And the accessory that comes with this figure is this very creepy octopus hand. I'm not too sure what this actually has to do with the character. Admittedly, I don't know a crazy amount about the Earth -44 Batman. I've only just started reading the Dark Knight comic series. So yeah, I'm not too sure what this weird alien tentacle has to do with anything. Yeah, it's really struggling to focus on this dark black glossy item, but yeah, they seem to have sharp ends on them. Not actually sharp, but seem to be pointed tentacles, except for this one. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is something he like stabs you with or probes you with, but they are kind of sci-fi, futuristic looking. They've got like tiny little bits of computer in on them from the looks of it. And yeah, I imagine these just attach to the Batman figure somehow. I guess we'll see when we take our Batman out. Speaking of the Batman, here we have the Earth-44 Batman in his plastic shell. He's got this really nice matte black finish to him. It is a really simplistic figure, but I think that's what really plays into this figure's strengths. One thing I really love about this figure is the neon orange and blue. Because of the way we've got our living space set up, we have LED lights everywhere, and obviously when we turn it to blue, a neon reactive color, the orange really pops. I'm going to attempt to do this now in the video. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up, so if you see this in the video, it means it was a success. Otherwise, enjoy editing this out, future Zilla. Yeah, that definitely worked way better than I thought it would. Yeah, so you can see that the orange glows really well under this blue light, and absolutely love that about this figure. All right, back to your regular scheduled lighting. So yeah, really unique, interesting thing about this figure, and yeah, definitely will benefit you if you have LED lights. I mean, like you say, it glows up really well with the reactive blue lights. So yeah, let's break his little tie in the middle and we can take a closer look at our Batman figure. And here we have our Batman Earth-44 out of his plastic shell. He is definitely a big hard lump of plastic. I really like the colour they've gone for here on him. It is obviously black, but it's got this really nice matte black finish to it. It looks really clean. You know, no smudges or fingerprints are going to get on this for sure. He's got really interesting armour design for this figure. It seems to be like a light tech sort of nano armour, sort of like skin tight, but still can take a lot of heavy force. So what we'll do is we will go over the figure from head to bottom and take a close detailed look. So starting with the head for this figure, he's got a really grimacing look on him. I mean, it is definitely a mask, but this part here makes it look like he's frowning really intensely. He's got two red eyes. This is definitely a cowl style mask. Got some sort of computer in there on the side of his head, some line work, and obviously the iconic bat horns just on the back of the helmet there. And really nice matte black finish to this, with just like the ever so slightest of glosses on the mouthpiece. Seems to be just a slightly different type of plastic, just gives it a bit of shine, makes it different to the rest of the helmet head. Here is a look at the back. It does have some detailing there on his neck. The back of this thing is crazy, really detailed. So moving to the shoulder pads, these have got the really crazy orange neon glow to them. It's just two circles, but yeah, the paint they've used for it is this really reactive orange neon paint, and yeah, it looks incredible. It is the same on the other shoulder pad. It actually is attached to the figure, so it's not a part of the figure, it's attached, and it is a soft plasticky rubber, so it does have give to it. Not sure what you'd need that for, but it is attached by the traps on the back of his neck. So moving down to the arms, we have a little bit of our blue detail in there that we see for the first time going on his hands and arms. And yeah, obviously it's Batman, so he's completely ripped. Got more blue detailing on the back of his hand and arm. It is about the same on this hand and arm. In fact, I believe it's identical. I think the only difference is this hand here is open. Kind of gives you a look at the inside of his hand, and you can see he's got a sort of blue beam in the middle of his hand, maybe like a Tony Stark style blaster just right in the middle of his hand. There is a close look at that. Just a really small detail, but obviously this hand isn't actually posable. It's all the fingers are stretched outward, so you could never have him grip anything with this hand. But that's fine because he doesn't actually come with accessories to grip. Really nice detail there. Moving down to the center of the back, we've got a lot of detail here for a back piece. Usually you see figure companies not really bother with the backs, which makes sense because no one's really going to be displaying the figure from the back. The only time you're really going to see the back is if you've got a 360 diorama, which is something you don't really see a lot of people do. A diorama where you can walk around and see it in full 360. But yeah, there is a lot going on here at the back. We've obviously got this giant back divot, which gives him the midsection articulation. We also got two big bits of blue detailing here, kind of looks a bit like eyes. Got the center of his spine, which is a weird sort of flowing black from the looks of it. There's just all sorts going on, and in the middle here it's even like tighter and there's just more sticking out, like 3D black veins sort of thing going on. Looks really high tech and low tech at the same time, like minimal armor, but there's clearly something alien and mysterious going on with this guy. Moving down to the back buttocks, it is a weird plasticky rubber again for some reason. It's not a hard plastic, this has some give to it, and it's the same all the way around here, which makes up the torso. Speaking of the torso, completely missed out the chest piece, which has the iconic bat symbol in the really awesome orange glow again. Thing absolutely pops under the right lighting, and we have more blue detailing over the pecs, and on the abdomen here we've got more of the blue detailing, just accentuating the armor. Moving down to his legs, some more of the blue detailing and some really interesting and detailed line work right the way down into the boots, which are just a more plain basic black. So taking a look at the back of the legs, there is more interesting detailed line work, and yeah, two blue little holes in the back of his legs. So that is your look at the DC Multiverse Batman Earth -44. Really interesting, unique figure. There's a lot of cool detailing going on with this figure. That's the thing with the McFarlane figures. I always feel like these figures, they just feel so sturdy in hand. It's hard to tell you the difference. Like as if I was holding a different type of figure that I collect, like a Star Wars Black series, which is done by Hasbro, or one of the Marvel Legends series figures, which I believe is also done by Hasbro. They all kind of have this weird, almost cheap feeling to them, but whenever it comes to McFarlane figures, there's something just so hefty and sturdy about them. You feel like there's like no way this is gonna break or snap easy. It's really, really well put together, and like I said, I really love all the detail on this guy. It looks super cool. So now it's just time to figure out how this accessory fits in with our Batman. Yeah, this confused me quite a bit. I did end up figuring it out just from process of elimination. I had this weird thought that there'd be something on the back where you can see it popping out from behind his back. Something like this maybe. Kind of like a Tokyo Ghoul style thing going on, but it's actually a hand accessory. The hand pops off. I don't know if you can do it with either hand. Obviously, you'd probably want to keep this more detailed hand on and just get rid of the closed hand. Well, the open closed hand, which isn't really doing much. It's kind of got a bit of a trigger on it. And I actually just noticed that this hand also has a blue light source in the middle of it, which is it's just cool bit of detail. You know, they didn't have to add that because the hand is mostly closed and you wouldn't really see it, but it's cool to note. But yeah, this weird like alien tech thing actually just clips right onto his hand. So yeah, there it is. It fits on quite easy. It does look kind of awkward from certain angles because you can see the ball joint just going into it. I feel like they could have found like a way to make it look like it's more attached to his arm, but it does just like kind of hang there. And yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. It definitely looks really weird and unique. It's very odd looking. You know, you wouldn't expect, you know, Batman to have this weird tentacle, hentai, sci-fi hand, I suppose. And yeah, I think that's part of the appeal to this figure. It's just so odd and not what you'd expect from a Batman figure. This figure is just creepy and weird. It's kind of got a zombie thing going on here, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So there is a look at our Batman Earth 44 on his stand with his weird tentacle hand and zombie-like pose. Really, really dig this figure. Such an odd look for Batman, but also very intimidating and creepy. So yeah, that has been our unboxing and review for the DC Multiverse Batman -44, Earth -44. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like below, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.